Greetings, I'm What Hamster once more, and
Hello!
yep, he's back. And I almost
And
forgot to show.
wearing Raffian gear.
Yes, and it's absolutely terrible.
I almost said Rafalos.
I don't think he's green. No, that would be Kermit the Frog. Actually, yeah, we should have Kermit the Frog armor. And then I could sing about how I blend in with the leaves and whatnot. But yes, this armor, on the other hand, is great. Don't worry about the longsword on my back. That it's just because that's what the I'm too lazy to switch it out. But yeah, I'm just showing off like a couple of the armor sets that I've farmed in just to show off the model. But this is the reason why this armor is great. Psychic vision, I can see where the monster is at all times. You don't really need that for anything, but it's always nice to have. But the main attraction to it is the
Attack up.
The attack up, and it has pretty good defense as well.
In Tri, Rafalos' his rival Lagiacrus also has a really good armor. It has Element Up and Awaken. Awaken in high rank.
But I'm gonna be, since I'm going with raw attack power, I'm going for the most damaging. It's really hard to say that with a straight face, but the most damaging gun lance I have for raw damage, raw physical. And we're gonna finish off Teostra. There's no reason not to. All of these missions that I'm doing that people have been telling me to skip and just ignore, well, there's a reason behind it all. There's a method to my madness. And it's also to pad out the Let's Play. No, I'm just doing it because I'm a completionist. And that's why I'm also marking the video so people can just skip what they didn't want to see anyways. But yeah, Lunastra and Teostra will always start in 9 and head to 5. Don't even bother trying to make it to 9, you won't be able to make it.
Oh boy.
It's better just to wait for him to land right there. But, no, also in Tri, if I recall, it's been a while since I played Tri. At least with Rathlos armor. But I recall this one in Freedom Unite, the downside to it is you have a larger chance of getting paralyzed for twice as long. And you just need one decoration to sock it in and you're fine. But in the Tri one, you actually get some substantial defense down and you actually have to make a trade-off. And look at me miss with those bounce bombs, trying to hit those wings. That's actually just about the only use. That's actually the reason why they're giving you bounce bombs for Lunastra and Teostra. So small weapons that actually can't hit the wings has a chance at hitting the wings. Are you doing okay there?
Yeah, I just don't have much to say at this point.
Yeah, no, it's like you fight Lunastra, then you fight Teostra. They're pretty much the same monster, just slightly remodeled and reskinned. And no, I couldn't.
Ow!
Unfortunately, I try, but it's not always works.
They actually kind of remind me of the dragons from Lunar. it seems this kind of sounds out of left field, but
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I mean, you know, people. There's only so much we can say about the monsters, especially once you get into high rank and G rank. So it's all right to talk about different things, you know, to keep people interested in the commentary. So go ahead.
yeah, but I say that because if you've ever played Lunar,
No,
or
I've actually never heard of it
like
before.
Silver Star, or Eternal Blue, I want to say.
I've never heard of it before. Like, if it exists, it was never sold here in Europe.
I think there's a Let's Play going on right now. At least Silver Star. But anyway, the dragons from that game, when they're young, they look like flying cats.
Really?
Winged cats. Yeah. Kind of like miniature versions of this guy.
Let me take a random stab in the dark. It's a JRPG.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somehow I'm not surprised. I mean, it is a Japanese RPG of some sort. If their mascot is some sort of weird, cute animal that's really supposed to be some sort of mythical beast. I'm guessing at least it's the mascot because it fits the MO. Like, I think it's, what was the game? Grandia 2, yes, where they had sort of squirrels with a red gem on their tail that lit up one entire cavern section for you in the entire game, but it's like the mascot of it, and you never saw it again outside of that. It's just
well, there are two baby dragons. You have a white one named Null, who accompanies you in Silver Star, and a red one named Ruby. She accompanies you in Eternal Blue.
Yeah, no, see, it sounds like at least they're sort of characters, as in more than just show up in one random cavern room, and you don't even need them to light it up. Like, it's just, you know, it's not dark, but it's like semi-dark to where it's kind of annoying, where you could just barely see, but you can still see just fine as long as you don't have the sun blinding the screen. And it's like you're running through this one cavern room, and you're like, oh, this is kind of inconvenient. Oh, there's this thing that can light things up for me. Why would I even care about this? It's not even pitch black. I can see just fine. I just need to squint my eyes. And that's their mascot. It shows up. I get the feeling that like they had this grand plan to like sell plushies of it and like have it be an integral part of whatever, like it would be.
And it just failed.
It would be the cute, like it was supposed to be this cute pet that followed him out through the entire game, and it'd have like a gimmick where it lit up like half of the dungeons because it was dark until you could light the dungeon up or something. But then they decided to drop it at some point. Like I imagine it's something like that happened.
Well, Null and Ruby do speak. In fact, they're actually close companions with the hero characters.
Yeah, see, this other thing was just some random squirrel animal. But, like, if you look in the instruction booklet, there was pictures of it all over the place. Like oh, this is a squirrel thing. I bet this is gonna be some stupid gimmick in the game where it becomes your pet or something. No, they completely dropped it. I'm actually kind of happy that they did, because I would have just been annoyed. Not angry or pissed, but just kind of like slightly annoyed, because I'm like, oh really? You're gonna do this? Fine. If you're gonna do this, then I'm just gonna sit power level in this corner and kill this creature and just break the game.
Speaking of small animal as companion, I believe what's the what's the Japanese online one? One for the computer, I want to say.
Frontier, you mean?
Yeah, that one. You actually can have a pet wyvern. Not a really big one.
Yeah.
Just a.
I've seen like it was. I think it was season
and you could
11.
customize it.
Yeah, season 11.
That's about right.
And then you could like have it as like a pet helping fight, but it just became like a minor thing.
It served in the place of a cat and Tata, pretty much.
Yeah. You can also bring pigs out onto the battlefield, and you have your duck farm too. So you actually have pet ducks at a duck farm in Frontier, and then you can feed them, and then they give you presents or something like that. and the reason why this video is taking so long is because Lunastra is huge. Not Lunastra, sorry. Teostra is huge, and I can barely hit the tail. and I want that tail.
Yeah.
Speaking of which.
Booyah!
Yeah. And I was pretty sure I was gonna get blown up there. It would not surprise me.
What the hell?
What?
He just went off 5 and then reappeared on 5. I don't know how that happened.
No, it's 2 and 5.
And I don't know.
It's just that the 2 and the 5 symbol are like upside down versions of each other. So they look kind of similar.
He went into the corner of 5, then he appeared at the bottom of 5. I don't know how that happened.
I'll probably have to check the video again because I have not noticed that. Oh. Now I'm actually kind of curious, but I can't just like say, oh, stop the audio recording. I don't want to be sounding like an idiot, and like I don't know what I'm doing in my own video, so we're just gonna have to take it over again, right off the top. No,
that's alright.
I'm not that big of a jerk. No, I mean I'm Danish. I'm a bastard and everything. I'm an asshole, but I got limits, man. And I'm actually surprised that I hit that. While I was playing. Well, sometimes I guess I luck out. Yeah.
Make one hell of a sand cloud, though.
Well, it's because I'm actually next to the zone line. The closer you get to the zone line, the more sandy it gets. It's like it's basically to tell you to back off if you don't want to be pushed out of the zone. Since again, in the desert areas, there's no clear border definitions like zones have, where they have water or lava or rocks in the way. It's not a bad way of doing it when you think about it. And fucking cat.
Yeah, and it actually does make sense because it is a desert.
Yeah.
Speaking of desert, one of the elder dragons in Tribe, you actually fight in basically a sand ocean of sorts. I think you know which one.
Yeah, I know which one, but I think we'll save that for another time, though.
Yeah, we'll leave that as a teaser for people.
Yeah. Again, like most people who are probably watching the Let's Play have already played Monster Hunter before, so they already know. But for like maybe the couple who haven't, or the couple who've actually tried Monster Hunter but never really got anywhere in the game, because I don't know, I could see people giving up on Monster Hunter pretty easily.
Yeah, I had a pretty difficult time at first with Try, but I did get the hang of it.
Like,
the monster I had the most trouble with was the Great Doggy.
Really?
Yeah, I had trouble with both of the first 2 missions that had him.
Oh, I actually took care of those pretty easily.
I didn't know what
the bee monster that comes right after the jockey that kept murdering me over and over again. That's where I sort of hit my wall. But then I learned, oh well, I should farm for some better gear, upgrade my weapons, and learn the attack patterns a little bit better. Do a little research on the monster, bring some various items with me. Don't just rely on the chest items, and suddenly the game was so much more easy.
I actually had a pretty easy time with Kuropeko.
No, the big B.
B?
The big B, as in he starts with a B in his name.
Oh, Baroff.
Ah, you spoiled it.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's what I was saying, calling him the big B. Not B as in he buzzes and flies around. That would be Zoom Zoom. For those who get what I'm saying there, congratulations to you. You've played horrible games like I have. Not that. Actually, the game wasn't that horrible. Serious Sam 2 wasn't that horrible.
No idea what Baroff is at this point. And so we haven't really spoiled much.
No.
And Baroff actually is a legitimately hard monster to deal with.
I don't think he's that hard. Just, but then again, at that point of the game, and through most of the game, I tend to use invasive weapons.
Who was in this game?
Oh, well, okay, fair enough.
He's the wake-up boss.
I've never really considered him the wake-up boss, mainly just because I didn't have any trouble. But then again, I guess I have the advantage of being a bit more of an... I'd like to say an old-school gamer, when games were still bullshit hard. and plus I played a lot of, like... I know I'm probably going to catch some flack for saying this, but Kingdom Hearts... it kind of has the same playstyle where you have your character and you're running around fighting things. A lot of games like that I've actually played, so... another one would be Chaos Legion 2. Again, I've played a lot of those kinds of games, so I have a experience.
I'm more of a platformer myself.
Well, I'm more of an RPG person, but I do have tastes in other games too. Like, I will usually go for RPGs, but you know, if there's a few good RTSs or old school FPSs like Serious Sam, oh god, yes. Or you know, I say Serious Sam is old school, but if I'm gonna really call something old school, I'd just say Doom 1 or Wolfenstein. But you know, like. Lots of guns, lots of enemies, not really...
Lots of screaming.
Lots of plot, and you can take 100 bullets before you die, and so can they, and you just have fun. And you know, it's just... But that kind of FPS game I'll play, but generally it's usually just RPGs, for the most part. And I do like a good platformer, click-and-play adventure game, stuff like that. But I do like the sort of third-person action type game occasionally. Let's be honest, the Kingdom Hearts one was just because it's nostalgia. Let's be honest, everybody's watched Disney movies when they were a kid.
Yeah.
And just playing that game is like a nostalgia
trip.
Yeah.
I can't really fault you for that.
No, it's a guilty pleasure. The gameplay isn't that bad either. I actually think it's fun.
Yeah, I've played it a little, but not that much. But I can see how it can be fun.
Yeah. Plot's still bullshit though. But you know, all of Disney is bullshit, so it goes in hand. Also, all Final Fantasy plots are bullshit. So again, it all fits together perfectly. You see? Anyway, we will see you next time in the next video.